Hello, class. My name is Blana White, and I am doing discussion question 1, developmental psychology. From a biblical perspective, why should a person consider studying developmental psychology? For me, it took me a little bit to sit back and think about this, because initially I was like, well, that only makes sense. Developmental psychology, yes, it's a scientific approach, but yes, it helps us understand the development of people, why they are the way they are, and the things that happen in their lives to make them who they are, and how we are supposed to interact. So for me, it makes perfect sense to go with Christianity, because it helps us to be more disciples of Christ and be ministers of the gospel and share the gospel and bless other people's lives without giving them a disdain or a judged look. At the very basic, the definition of developmental psychology is defined as a scientific approach in which aims to explain growth, change, and consistency through a person's life. So in essence, it looks at how a person thinks, how they feel, how they developed, what their behavior changes have been throughout the course of their lives, and what are the things that have caused those things. So in reality, it allows us to minister to people better. So as a Christian, it is valuable to look at developmental psychology to be able to glorify God by ministering to his people without a judgment and a disdain look. Developmental psychology allows people to learn and understand the different ways a person grows. As a Christian, we are called to minister to people and not to judge that person. I contend that the knowledge and understanding of a person can help a Christian minister to a person better. Far too often, psychology or any other scientific approaches or sciences are looked at from a negative light, or have a negative perspective, or people have a negative vantage point, because they think that it diminishes the word of God or takes away the spiritual aspects of what it is to be a Christian. But in reality, God created everything. So with that being said, how can one not work with the other? I believe that the scientific approach gives us a better view. It gives us a different outlook of how these things have occurred, what these changes are from a more scientific perspective, and gives us different ideas of what the Word of God is. So I believe that psychology, especially fields such as developmental psychology, are in many ways in a dual role with the Christian faith. I believe that work hand in hand with the Bible. With the understanding of developmental psychology comes a truer look into human nature. These understandings help us give others compassion. And with that compassion, allows us to love others, allows us to bless others, allows us to minister to others. Because a lot of times people just want to be heard. They don't want you to look down on them and oh, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. So people want to understand, oh, wow, this is why I am the way I am, or this is what happened. And I think a lot of ways, when we understand others, it helps us to understand our own lives better. The existence of psychology or the existence of the sciences does not diminish the Word of God. It does not take away anything. They work hand in hand. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and those that dwelleth therein. So, everything is God's, even our minds, all of these things. So having a complete understanding of how these things work together allow us to glorify God better. Thank you.